I'm so excited because my beloved partner Jeff is here to help us talk a bit about managing our energy. So essentially, really what we need to learn in order to really balance our energy in a time where we're feeling so much frenetic energy. There's heightened stress and anxiety. Hi, Jenny. We love you. So yes, we are experiencing this frenetic pace, this frenetic energy, more anxiety, more stress than people are typically experiencing in their nervous systems on a day-to-day basis due to this global situation. So we're here to really give you some tangible tools so you can walk into your day-to-day life with the skills and the tools that you'll need in order to manage your energy effectively, which is really one of the most important things that we can do at this time. So we're here to share those tools with you, and I'm just going to let Jeff talk briefly a little bit about what his work looks like, just to share with you guys what the work is that flows through him specifically. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm Lena Franklin. I'm a mindfulness-based psychotherapist and meditation teacher. And Jeff is more on the energetic side of the spiritual work, so I'm going to let him share a little bit about what he shares with people.
Sure. So I'm Jeff Glattstein, and I'm a practitioner of different forms of energy medicine, as well as shamanic healing. And the underpinning is energy, and that's the key. And that's one of the things that we're here to talk about, is to help you learn, help you understand how you can best manage your energy field in just about any type of situation to where you're not impacted by other people, by the environment, certainly what's going on, out in the world today. So we'll be sharing some practices that come from various parts of the world that are different types of energy medicine and energy medicine practices.
Awesome. So we're going to get right into some of the practices now. I'm going to guide you into a breath practice to help you really ease your nervous system. So any of these practices can be done really anywhere, and that's part of the beauty, is that these portable practices are meant to really be integrated into your day-to-day life, and especially into your daily practice. So wherever it is you are, find a comfortable seated position. And remember, we can't heal what we're not aware of. So the initial piece to all of this is awareness. The moment that you feel your nervous system triggered, the moment that you're noticing stress arise, maybe those fear-based thoughts begin to really flood through your consciousness, through your mind, that is the magical moment of awareness where we can begin to choose a practice in our wheelhouse, in our toolbox, so we can bring ourselves back to balance. So it's not about feeling balance all the time, and we talk about this quite a bit. It's about really the bounce back rate, how we can become aware, and how quickly can we implement a tool to come back home to balance, to that sattvic state. So again, wherever it is you are, find a comfortable seated position. And we're going to go into a mindfulness-based practice and an energetic practice called One Breath. And one breath may feel a little bit awkward initially as you're going into it, because most of us, many of us, are breathing incorrectly. So we're breathing in the chest and we're not fully embracing the capacity of our breath. So one breath is a practice where we can retrain our muscles in the way that we breathe, so we can really boost our energy and allow ourselves to come back into that balanced state. So you may even want to place your hands on your belly here to create that mind-body connection. And you can allow the eyes to close if that feels comfortable for you. If not, you can keep them open. And as you inhale through the nostrils, you want to feel the belly expand. So as if you were blowing up a balloon in the center of the belly. So inhale, the belly expands. Exhale, the belly comes in and you pull the pelvic floor up. Almost like for women you're doing a Kegel. So inhale, belly expands. Exhale through the nostrils. Pelvic floor comes up, belly comes in. So you're creating a very gentle energy pump with your breath. For those of you who are jumping on, we're practicing one breath. Inhale, belly expands. Exhale, belly comes in, pelvic floor comes up. And you may even envision an infinity sign. So no beginning, no end to the breath. Inhale, belly relaxes, expands. Feel into the body, feel into the breath. Exhale, pumping the belly in, lifting the pelvic floor. Inhale, belly expands. Exhale, belly comes in, pelvic floor lifts. One breath, one continuous breath. Expand. Continuing with your lung capacity, deepening the breath into this lower part of the body. Inhale. So you inhale and you relax those belly muscles. Exhale. Lift the pelvic floor. Pump the belly in. One breath. Inhale, belly expands. Exhale, belly comes in. Pelvic floor lifts. Notice when the mind becomes restless, when it wants to leave, when it wants to abandon you into distraction. Bring the mind back into this present moment, into one breath. Feel into your body. Inhale, belly expands. Exhale, pumping the belly in, lifting the pelvic floor. And as you exhale, maybe you set the intention of releasing stress, releasing anxiety, releasing fear, doubt, frenetic energy that's all around us. Inhale, belly expands. Exhale, pumping the belly in, lifting the pelvic floor. One breath. A few more rounds here. One continuous breath, like that beautiful infinity sign. And you can continue with this one breath even as you release the hands, remembering that as you inhale, you're going to relax and release those belly muscles. And what you're doing is you're creating a very gentle energy pump for the system. And so we can, with devotion, with dedication, we can affect the way that we feel. We can manipulate our own energy. And actually, one of the most important things, and we talk about this all the time, is that it becomes our responsibility to manage our own energy. And that's one of the most powerful things we can do right now for ourselves, for our families, for our friends, for the universe, for humanity. Because again, remember, we are all connected. That illusion of separation is an illusion, right? So we practice for ourselves, and we also practice for the healing of humanity. Thank you for joining. This breath technique is very powerful. It can help you continue to retrain how you move through the day, how you breathe, how you can manage stress and anxiety, how you can manage your energy. So it's a great segue into one of the practices that Jeff's going to teach us, which is one of our favorites. If you've been in workshops with us at all, you've heard about grounding. So I'm going to let you
Thank you.
take that.
So before we get into the grounding practice, there are three foundational pillars when we take control and we learn how to manage our own energy. The first is breathing properly. And one breath is an amazing technique to not only breathe, but it also helps oxygenate the blood, which, by the way, viruses don't like. Grounding, which we'll get into in just a moment, is a practice that puts us into conscious and even physical contact with the energy of the earth. And the energy of the earth emits a frequency that vibrates, that produces and provides us with an abundance of electrons, which are anti-inflammatories. And viruses don't like an alkaline environment. Okay, so this is a great protective measure. Grounding also helps oxygenate the blood by decoupling the red blood cells. Okay, so we're going to begin by closing your eyes and go back into one breath.
So we had a question on here. Someone asked, how long should we do one breath for? So I just want to touch base on that.
Yeah. So one breath can be done in many different durations for the purposes of what you're teaching. What would you recommend?
So I would say, as a portable practice, I would go in for 5 minutes, throughout the day. You can weave in 5-minute increments throughout the day. And obviously, if you're in a meditation practice, formal seated practice, I would extend that throughout the entire practice as you're retraining the muscles to breathe properly. But as a portable practice itself, I would say at least 5 minutes. Pausing, going in, doing one breath, and then beginning to really weave one breath into the way that you breathe every moment that you're alive. So you want to extend that as you go along. So, yeah.
Great.
Go ahead.
So let's begin by closing our eyes, turning our intention, our awareness inward, and fall back into one breath. And as you do, notice the sensation on your in-breath on the tip of your nostrils, and just connect with the sensation of the coolness as you're just allowing the breath to flow in naturally, down your throat, past your diaphragm, and into your lower belly. And as you contract your abdominal muscles and your pelvic floor, notice how the breath leaves and creates a sensation of warmth. And follow this cycle of breathing for just a moment. And now take that awareness that you had on the sensation of breathing, the sensation on the tips of your nostrils, all the way through your breath passage into your lower abdomen, and place that awareness on the soles of your feet. And just feel the floor underneath your feet. If you're sitting cross-legged, feel the tops of your feet on the floor, and just become aware of the conscious contact that you're making with the floor beneath you, in both of your feet. And as you do this, expand the chakras, the energy centers at the bottom of your feet, to the size of your entire energy field, which is about 3 feet around us. And create these two beautiful columns of energy in which the center of your feet are connected. And you'll notice a very faint tingling, a vibration in the centers of the soles of your feet as you do this. You may notice a rhythm, because as we connect with energy, we feel vibration, we feel rhythm, we feel temperature, we feel density. And now as you tune into that sensation, release your energy down through the floor, and visualize your energy moving into the soil. Deeper and deeper through the soil, past the miles of rocks and minerals, past the liquid magma, to the very core of Mother Earth herself. Two beautiful columns of energy flowing downwards into the core of Mother Earth. And now invite her ruby red energy upwards, both of those columns, past the magma, past the rocks and minerals, past the soil, through the floor, into your feet, and moving upwards, following your legs, your ankles, your shins and calves, your knees, your thighs, all the way into your lower pelvis, through the pelvic floor, filling you in your lower abdomen from bottom to top and back to front, as if water was flowing upwards, filling you. And visualize this beautiful ruby red energy, and you may notice a warmth in your lower abdomen. And as that energy fills you, allow it to spill out in every direction. And on every in-breath, invite energy up from Mother Earth, and on every out-breath, release the energy back down, creating a cyclical movement of Earth energy, cleansing you, pulling you deeper. And while this is going on, shift your awareness to the tip of your tailbone and open the diameter of your root chakra and drop that down through the floor into the soil, past the rocks and minerals, the magma, to the core of Mother Earth. And notice the tingling at the tip of your tailbone, the lowest part of your spine. And invite her energy up a third column, past the rocks and minerals, past the soil, through the floor, all the way into the tip of your tailbone, again, joining the other two columns, filling you bottom to top and back to front. And allow that energy to just flow with every in-breath and every out-breath. And once again, you'll notice vibration, tingling, a slow rhythm, a warmth in the area between your legs, your pelvis, your lower abdomen, and allow yourself to become full of Mother Earth's energy. Allow her to replenish you. This energy feeds our adrenal glands. This energy reduces inflammation. This energy takes any of the frenetic or nervous energy and washes it from us. And give those energies you don't need to Mother Earth and ask her to give you what you do need. Her energy, supportive, nurturing, vibrant. And as this energy pools in your lower abdomen, allow it to concentrate and flow into your heart and ground into your heart. Release your heart's energy down into Mother Earth and ask her to return her heart's energy to you. And she will. Just wait until you feel it. And you'll notice the tone of your energy is slower, much more relaxed. So this grounding practice is feeding you your conscious connection to Mother Earth, to Pachamama, as the shamans of Peru refer to her, Gaia, the Great Mother, as she nurtures you with this replenishing, healing energy. And hold that energy in your heart as you come back to one breath, and gently open your eyes. And notice how you feel.
The energy just dropped.
That's right. Notice the tone of the energy. Slower, softer, deeper. You may feel much more aware of your body. This is one of the basic and most powerful healing energies we can connect to. So with energy and energy medicine, first we connect to the energy, then we gather the energy, then we concentrate the energy, and finally we direct the energy.
And I just want to add, because with some of the students and clients that I work with, and I'm sure some that you work with, the mind can often get in the way and to question, am I actually doing this? Is this actually happening? And so I just want to share trust, the intention of just trusting your ability to channel energy. We have this capacity, and we're so attached to what we can see with our ocular vision that we are really retraining what we perceive reality as. So as we work with energy, we're really embracing a multidimensionality of our existence that's really beyond the way we've been conditioned. So just release the questioning mind, because it can kind of get in the way of, oh, am I doing this right, or is this actually happening?
One of the best ways to know if you're doing it right, which you are, is just to feel the difference from the beginning of the practice till the end of the practice. You may not understand exactly what's happening, but you can understand what you're feeling.
Yeah, exactly. Even just now, that short grounding practice, I'm feeling like the energy is just dropped. You can feel that vibration in the base of the spine. So absolutely use your own body sensations and read of your own energy and your own mood to be some really good evidence for you.
Absolutely.
So there's another practice that's one of my favorites, and I share it quite a bit with my clients, with my students. This is a great practice right now, especially because if you haven't noticed, when you go into the grocery stores, when you're out for those essentials, you're noticing maybe quite a bit of imbalance or jacked up energy or kind of frenetic energy. And that is because of all the fear and anxiety that's flowing through our world right now. So again, we become these diligent stewards of energy management. That becomes a gift to ourselves and to others. So shielding, energetic shielding, is such a great practice for us anytime, but especially right now. And I would love if you would share that with them.
I would love to, thank you. So in managing our energy, there are three foundational pillars: breathing, grounding, and shielding. So breathing helps us turn inwards, helps us center ourselves, helps us become much more aware of what we're feeling. It begins to calm the mind and de-stress the body. Viruses don't like non-stress environments. They like stressful environments, okay? Grounding gives us that beautiful earth energy which fortifies us, okay? Shielding takes the earth energy and combines it with life force energy, or what the Buddhists or Taoists refer to as qi, or in the yogic world, prana, okay? Combines those energies and creates an energetic field that moves outwards, that prevents any of those stress-based energies or fear-based energies or frenetic energies that we may be experiencing from people or situations or environments. It's almost like creating our own personal force field. And I refer to it as creating sacred space, our own sacred space. So this is the beginning of creating our own energetic cocoon. We're still connected, okay? But those of you who are empathic, those of you who are what I refer to as hypersensitives, okay, it's important to manage your energy so you're not managed by other energies, okay? And this is a beautiful 10-step, we're going to teach long form, okay? So this is a 10-step process. So let's begin by closing your eyes enter back into one breath. And step 1 is ground yourself. And go through the process that we just practiced. Feel your feet, open your root, drop your energy, create the 3 columns, invite earth energy up, and allow it to fill you. Step 2, bring that energy, that beautiful red, ruby red energy, into your heart space, into your heart chakra. And allow that energy to just fill you, and you'll notice that your chest will feel a little heavier. It will feel warm. You'll notice that your heart rate drops slightly. Step 3, open the crown chakra upwards, just like a flower opening, a 10,000 petaled lotus, beautiful white. Step 4, invite down through your crown chakra a beautiful liquid white diamond energy, and invite it down your central channel into your heart. Step 5, blend. Blend the ruby red earth energy and the liquid white diamond life force energy in your heart, and allow it to swirl, and allow it to concentrate, and allow it to build. Step 6, emanate that energy outwards in every direction, above and below, behind and in front of you, side to side, almost as if you were watching a skyrocket on the 4th of July light up the sky, filling your entire energy field, glistening and glowing, illuminating you from your heart. Step 7, coat the outside of your energy field with a highly reflective surface. My personal favorite is crushed diamonds, but you can use silver or gold or titanium or Teflon. And encrust yourself, your entire field, in this beautiful, highly reflective surface. It's impermeable to energies that you don't want to let in. Step 8, seal your field 18 inches below your feet and 18 inches above your head. So now you're in a cocoon, an egg-shaped, translucent, highly vibrant, emanating energy field. Step 9. We call this 246. 2, go to your second chakra and bring that chakra in close to your physical body, about 4 inches off your body, and shrink it to the size of your hand. This way you don't pick up energies from a projected second chakra. 4, bring your heart chakra to within 4 inches of your physical body. Expand it shoulder to shoulder and chin to sternum. And by opening our heart chakra in this fashion, we step into a state of compassion, to where we can hear and see and hold space for people without absorbing their energy. 6, go to your 6th chakra and tilt it upwards 45 degrees. And bring it in to within 4 inches off of your forehead. 246. Step 10. This is the Mudra Mantra. The mudra is you take these 3 fingers and close them. Sometimes it's called the chin mudra, right? Okay. And repeat the word to yourself, shield, shield, shield. And do this for a moment. And what you're doing is a neural lingual programming process that takes the word and the movement of this mudra and associates it with the shielded energetic state that you are now in. Shield, shield, shield. And now open your eyes. And notice how you feel. Vibrant, potent, vital. Now, we walked through this practice in about 5 minutes, but there's a way to do this instantaneously just by placing these 3 fingers together. This will bring your shield up, this will bring your shield down. So when you want to be shielded, frenetic situations, noisy situations, people you don't particularly enjoy being around too much, bring your shields up. When you want to be with someone in an intimate setting to where you truly want to connect with them and share energy with them, bring your shields down. Practice this 3 times a day for 3 weeks, and you will begin generating and building what's referred to as guardian chi, protected energy, to where you will walk around in a shielded state all day long. And you can bring your shields up and fortify it in situations that you believe are going to be energetically intense to kind of further protect yourself. So the 3 foundational blocks of energy management: 1 breath, grounding, shielding.
Awesome. Yeah. Shielding is such a game changer. I remember when I started practicing it, and I see clients most days during the week in the office, and I'm around a lot of people a good bit of the time, and I remember when I first started practicing shielding, I felt very different at the end of the day, less depleted. So I was in a state of compassion versus a state of empathy. So I was open, and my heart was open, and I was holding sacred space for myself and other people, but I wasn't actually taking on that emotional heaviness. So I think, what you shared about, if you are hypersensitive, if you are an empath, it becomes even more vital that we become these diligent stewards of our own energy fields. For a long time, I wouldn't shield myself. I didn't know what that was, even a handful of years ago. And I felt very different, and my nervous system was just getting totally wrecked over it. So again, 1 breath, grounding, shielding, those are all essential elements, essential practices for us to really manage our energy. And now is such a powerful time for you to really ask yourself, how do I want to show up to my day-to-day life? How do I desire to move through my day? You can reclaim the internal and external rhythms of your life, because we've been so programmed to really move quite fast through life, and these practices can be really helpful for that.
Well, and I have one of my favorite sayings is that if you don't manage your energy, somebody or something else will. So step up and manage it. One thing I would like to add, as you do these practices, notice how people around you begin responding to you. Because as you shift your energy, humans frequency match. Okay, so I'll match Lena's frequency, her energy, or she'll match mine. So if she's in a very relaxed state and I'm not, she can either come up to my excited state, or I can come down to her relaxed state. As you do this, your vibration, your energy is going to shift. And you're going to notice that the people around you, their energy is going to shift as well, because they're going to match frequencies with you. So you become the person that sets the energetic tone of the entire room.
Right. So we have a question from Katie. So how often can you repeat practice of shielding to build up your energy?
Yeah, okay, so I always recommend to people that I'm working with, wake up in the morning, shield yourself. Before you walk out of your house, shield yourself. Before you get out of your car and walk into work or the grocery store, shield yourself. There's going to be available on my website these practices, but as part of that, there's the 10 steps that are one word, okay? Ground, heart, crown, life force energy, blend, emanate. So you can literally do this in 10 seconds. And I would suggest doing this as often as you can think about it. Take a yellow sticky note and place it in different areas to remind yourself to shield. The more you practice, the more you'll begin to cultivate your guardian chi, your protective energy.
Right. And soon, once you become diligent and consistent with the practice, you can put up your shield, and all of those steps will happen because you've built up that guardian chi to really protect your own field, which is, I think, pretty magical.
Yeah, it is a game changer. Work with this and notice how you feel within 3 days.
So, okay. Jenny's asking, yes, there will be a recording. We will save this video and we'll post it. It will also be up on the Instagram Live for 24 hours, so you can explore the practices. So I feel called to ask you, because I think a lot of us are really sitting with so many emotions, of course, different energies that we're managing within ourselves, within the world, within our families. In your words, why would you say it is so essential at this time, even spiritually, for us to be managing our energy and practicing some of these things?
Well, if you look at the predominant energy that is being generated throughout the world by humanity right now, it's the energy of fear. And that energy can affect people. Fear has many different vectors, so it can affect people in different ways. Fear tends to create a stress-based environment, and our body goes through a stress response, a physiological stress response. So when we manage our energy, we're not subject to the energies that are being put out in the environment, put out globally right now, these fear-based energies. And when people experience the energy of fear, whether it's theirs or somebody else's, okay, they go into a stress response, their immune system is compromised, their heart rate goes up, their red blood cells cluster so you don't get enough oxygen, and it basically creates an environment that is unbalanced and unhealthy. And we can become more physically susceptible. Now, emotionally, psycho-emotionally, this is a very, very important time of clearing and cleansing, and most importantly, awakening for humanity. This is a wake-up call. I read somewhere recently that Mother Earth has put all of her children in a room and asked them to think about what they've done and what they're doing. And this is the opportunity for us to do this. And by creating a strong energetic foundation, our perception shifts, our thoughts shift. And it's our thoughts that generate the energies that create our reality. And one person's reality can become the collective reality of humanity. And this is a time that by doing this type of work, we can help shift what's been going on in the world, and we can help people wake up and lead a healthier, more fulfilling existence.
Beautiful. Yeah, I really believe as well, this is our time to truly wake up, and there's so much gift and blessing in this time, even in the midst of suffering and chaos. And I think I posted about this today on my feed, the tenet in Buddhism of interdependence. That can be such a deep, such a profound teaching for us right now, knowing that every time you practice one breath, every time you ground yourself, you shield yourself, you're not just doing this for yourself, but you're doing this in service of the collective, for humanity, for Mother Earth, because we are not separate. And so that becomes a dedication practice. And we then, in that moment, as we're practicing one breath, and I love the name One Breath, when we visualize that infinity sign, we're seeing how our practice is a potent, powerful dedication and shifter for humanity as a whole. So we have Jackie here. She's asking, can you touch on how grounding can sometimes bring intense feelings as well? Great question.
Feelings of?
Intense feelings.
Oh, absolutely. Would you mind sharing what types of intense feelings while I begin to answer the question that you've experienced? Jackie, thank you. So grounding brings us into a state of awareness, a heightened state of awareness. The energy of the earth, of Mother Earth, and this is where I'm going into more of a spiritual discussion. Mother Earth has a consciousness, okay? Our bodies, all of the minerals that compose our bodies that are worth about $2.50, okay, come from Mother Earth. And there is an intelligence and a consciousness. The divine feminine is embodied with Mother Earth, and she delivers that to us. And when we feel that energy moving through us, think about the energy centers, the root chakra. The root chakra, when it's balanced, we get feelings of strength, of being supported, of being nurtured, of being secure. Above that, the second chakra is one of the houses of not only our intuition, but our emotions. Okay, and it's connected with the element of water, so it flows. Okay, so we can feel much safer, much more worthy, much more balanced emotionally. Our will and determination, our third chakra, fire, okay, loves the energy of the earth, because remember, the earth's energy contains all of the elements. And of course the heart. When we feel her energy here, it's one of the most blissful feelings. So when we have this really potent and strong foundation all the way into our heart, our upper chakras, creativity, intuition, sight, okay, knowing, right, and our spiritual connection are all heightened. It's my understanding that grounding is a very profound gateway to spiritual growth and to the expansion of our awareness and consciousness.
So the feelings Jackie was talking about, overwhelm, anxiety, nausea.
Yeah, so what's happening is that energy, as you're grounding yourself, as it's moving other energetic dynamics that you carry. Okay, so dynamics that are connected to the energy of anxiety begin to move. Okay, maybe sadness can begin to move. Okay, nauseousness. Okay, this is actually a clearing and a cleansing process that you're experiencing. If you move into those feelings, they will subside. Okay, now it's the ego that doesn't want to settle down, so it fires up being anxious or being nervous or maybe feeling nauseous. But if you continue to stay with the practice, those energies will be cleared out. Okay?
So powerful, because these practices allow you to really do energy work on yourself. And as you, for example, embrace grounding and really create a more sturdy foundation, you'll notice how elements too in your external life will feel different. Maybe you feel more stable within yourself, so you're not as attached to, for example, what other people think, or the reactions that we get externally. So maybe you're not as fear-based. Maybe you're not knocked off by fear as much. So it's not just, okay, we're going to feel more balanced and steady. These are lifelong transformative tools that we can use to treat ourselves psycho-emotionally, and we need this now more than ever. And so I really want us to be supports to you. If you have any questions, and if you have any questions now, you can certainly ask. But if you have any other questions as you're continuing to embrace these practices, please feel free to DM us. So you're on my page now, mindful_healer. And then Jeff's page is Energy Medicine Man. And so you can reach out to us, and we are always happy to answer questions as you move through your practice.
So these practices, if you go to the website, energymedicineman.com, there's a pop-up, and you can download a PDF that have these practices written down, because I know many times when we teach practices, and especially when I've learned practices, I typically retain about this much the first time. So it's always good to have a refresher, a point of reference, and anytime that you have questions, please feel free and reach out to us.
So I'm going to bring us into a final practice today for this edition of Meditation Medicine, the Energy Edition. So wherever you are, just go back into that comfortable seated position. And I want you to bring your right hand to the heart and your left hand to your belly. And let's go back into one breath. Again, as you inhale, allowing the belly to expand, relaxing the muscles of the belly. As you exhale, pumping the belly in gently and pulling the pelvic floor up. One continuous breath. And as we move in to this short meditation, allow my words to become your words. They flow through your consciousness. Inhaling to the crown of the head, I am. Exhaling into the basin of your belly, present and grounded. Inhale to the crown of the head, I am. Exhaling into the basin of your belly and through your pelvis and hips, present, grounded. Inhale once more to the crown, I am. Exhale into the basin of your belly, your hips, your pelvis, present, grounded, flowing with this mantra for a few more deep, slow breaths. Knowing that when you turn inward towards this inner landscape, that is a revolutionary act of self-love and self-care. As you come into one breath, you breathe not only for yourself, but for all of humanity. You breathe for all sentient beings. You breathe for the sacredness of our Great Mother, Mother Earth, Pachamama, Gaia. And we as humans have a limitless capacity within us. As one of my teachers, Vietnamese master Thich Nhat Hanh says, the whole cosmos exists within us. May we remember this truth. May we treat our entire life as a living, moving, breathing meditation. May we know that our power and capacity is so far beyond the cognitive mind. Our energy is multidimensional. We are limitless. Taking a few deep, slow breaths here. One breath, one world, one universe. And on the next inhale, you can allow the eyes to open, coming back. And we just want to thank you for joining us this evening, or whatever time it is, wherever you are. If you have any other questions, you can share them here in the comments. If not, please reach out to us. And again, that informative is a PDF document is on Jeff's website. You can download it for free. It has quite a few practices for you to continue to be a diligent steward of your own energy, of your own mind, of your own emotional system. And we are so grateful for this amazing tribe. And we'll be doing more of these events, so stay tuned. There'll be more talk and teaching of energy and mindfulness, meditation, how you can continue to weave these into your day-to-day life. So, aho.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.